We all experience worry and anxiety about our health at some stage or another in our lives. It could be about seriousness of a condition we suffer, or possibly development of a new condition, or relapse of a chronic condition. There is a self-preservation value to such an anxiety, and it can be appropriate in most circumstances. But sometimes this worry or anxiety can get out of hand and impacts on our lives. In today's video, I will explain health anxiety so you feel empowered to understand if you are experiencing the symptoms. At the end of the video, I will give you 5 top tips to manage health anxiety. Health anxiety is a term used to describe excessive health-related worries, fears and beliefs based on interpretations, or perhaps more often, misinterpretations of bodily signs and symptoms as being an indication of a serious illness. Let's talk about Wayne. After his mom recovered from cancer, he had become more aware of minor aches and twinges in his body. Over the course of the next couple of years, he became more and more preoccupied by his health and started visiting his doctor regularly with physical health complaints, wondering if he had cancer. All investigations would be normal, and he would feel reassured for a while, but after a couple of weeks, the cycle would start again. He was spending a lot of the day thinking and researching about the symptoms and trying to find signs in his body. He would experience weakness, which could be to the detriment of his work and enjoyment with his family. While on the one hand he worried about the serious health conditions, his family thought he had hypochondriasis. So what is hypochondriasis? Hypochondriasis is a condition which has persistent preoccupation or fear about the possibility of having one or more serious, progressive or life-threatening illnesses. The preoccupation is accompanied by either repetitive and excessive health-related behaviors such as repeated checking of the body for evidence of illness, spending inordinate amounts of time searching for information about the feared illness, repeatedly seeking reassurance like arranging multiple medical consultations, or maladaptive avoidance behavior related to health, for example, avoiding medical appointments. The symptoms result in significant distress or significant impairment to an individual's personal, family, social, educational, occupational life, or other areas of functioning. As with any other anxiety-related condition, these symptoms are a result of interaction of an individual's biology, psychology, and other socio-cultural influences. Please watch my video on how the brain and body copes with anxiety to understand the biological aspects of anxiety. Today, I will describe the cognitive model of development of health anxiety using Wayne as an example. Wayne's health-related assumptions and beliefs came from a number of sources, including his family's worries about his safety because he was the only child. He had a very sheltered upbringing. Social media and family history of cancers were other factors. When young, his mom used to get very nervous even if he sneezed. He therefore subconsciously held the assumption that his body needed to remain perfect and nothing should happen to him. Therefore, while normally any one of us can become preoccupied by unexplained bodily sensations, Wayne was prone to draw catastrophic interpretations as he believed that any unexpected bodily sensations were bad news. His mom's illness was a critical precipitating event, and he developed fears as his negative assumptions and catastrophic interpretations got triggered. These negative thoughts would lead to physical sensations due to his autonomic nervous system getting triggered, which in turn would lead to safety behaviors through visits to doctors or avoidance of certain activities, and this in turn would increase his anxiety symptoms. So you can see here how the cycle was perpetuating itself. Now let's simplify this explanation further and understand what is happening here with Wayne using the Mindlens concept. If you haven't already, please watch my video that explains this concept. Now, I understand the mind lens as the lens or the prism through which we view the world. It is the filter that connects our inner and the outer world, which will change both in the short and longer term in ways as we go through life. Now, imagine glasses that you wear on your eyes, but on this occasion, you wear them on your mind. The curvatures of the mind lens are formed through early life experiences, beliefs, and value systems. Wayne's belief systems meant that his self-preservation instincts were heightened. He had seen his mom feel nervous every time he sneezed. He believed every unexplained sensation was something to worry about. So what about the scratches on the mind lens? They affect the information that is transmitted through the lens. Now, his mom's illness was a traumatic event for him and caused a scratch on his mind lens, which then meant that each time he had a bodily sensation, he misinterpreted it. Similarly, each time he had a bodily sensation, the automatic thoughts through the mind lens curvatures caused fear, and the shades of the mind lens would become grey with fear. He would feel despondent and disengaged from activities, which in turn would perpetuate the cycle. So, what can one do, as this can be very distressing and on many occasions an embarrassing position to be in? So, here are 5 top tips to deal with health anxiety. First, self-awareness. Acknowledge your symptoms, and if your doctor has said there is nothing to worry, recognize them for what they are. Use distraction activities, especially outdoor walking, exercise. Find a hobby. Practice relaxation, mindfulness, and other strategies that allow you to focus in the moment. Create your thought diary and challenge your thoughts. Watch my video on intrusive thoughts to learn more on how to do this. Seek professional help. Your doctor may recommend cognitive behavior therapy or medication, or a combination depending on their assessment and discussion with you. Remember, recovery will be a journey. Take one step at a time. If you are worrying about your health and believe that what we have discussed today applies to you, I would like you to do this exercise today. Write down, how do the symptoms link to your health beliefs and experiences? In other words, how do they fit into the curvatures of your mind lens? Can you think of a critical incident or what scratched your mind lens? What emotions do you experience, or what are the tints of your mind lens during the times of worry? Start a daily journal and dedicate 10 to 15 minutes to writing the symptoms and triggers now that you can understand what you're experiencing using the mind lens concept. Create a separate column where you write all the facts that refute these negative thoughts. Please do not work on the journal outside of this 10 to 15 minutes. Watch my next video here, and if you want to learn more on how to live a more fulfilled life, subscribe to my channel here. And of course, if you enjoyed this video, like it, share it, tell it to all the people you know. Thank you for watching.